Hosting services, as company understand it, is basically outsourcing infrastructure. Your IT infrastructure sits into a data center somewhere outside your premises. So that's where hosting comes from, colocation services. You host your IT infrastructure elsewhere. And that used to be very convenient because companies used to have one big kit on which sits one big application, and that's it. So you outsource that to a data center, that's colocation service, that's hosting services. The internet has changed everything. No companies have more and more applications. These applications are delivered through the web, and end users expect to use it all over the world, 24/7, when they're home, whatever. So that's the massive changes are more applications, 24/7, web-based. This has prompted lots of challenges for companies to run these applications internally. The first one, obviously, is that because you've got a wider range of technologies to manage, to run, you would need one team per technology, which is not possible. One for the CRM, one for the financial systems, one for the websites and intranets. So it's just not possible to have lots of skills and teams like that internally. The second main challenge I can think of is definitely the business hours becoming 24/7. You used to have a team from 8 to 7 p.m. You now need a team 24/7, and to run all these applications on a 24/7 basis is just not possible. You would end up with hundreds of people internally just to run applications, to look after screens and check that everything is okay. Well, that's why at Clarinet we've evolved the range of services we provide to companies, and we now have 350 experts in 7 countries, 24/7. They run applications for our customers so that we take over that nightmare of running all these applications 24/7. So most of these experts used to be developers, so we know what we're talking about. We know applications inside out. It's not just infrastructure services. It's not infrastructure services anymore. It's infrastructure services plus the management of the application that sits on top of these infrastructures. We've got all these 350 experts, 7 countries, 24/7. We take away that pain from companies as a service, really. The common pitfall when it comes to running applications is to basically ask your developers to run the application, to manage the application they've developed. They're developers, they're not managers. So often they've done a pretty good job at developing the application, but they just can't cope with managing it. It's 24/7. Developers are not organized to provide 24/7 services. They are not process-driven, and they've just the focus on the application only, not the entire chain from the infrastructure up to the application. So what we do at Clarinet, we've got basically one person that takes over this responsibility, who's accountable for all the infrastructure plus application bit, which means that we will engage with the developers, but as an escalation point only. They won't be on the service desk managing the application for you. We will be managing the whole lot for you, engaging with developers, engaging with infrastructure providers, all the experts we need behind. We've seen it working very well for most of our customers. When they outsource managed application hosting to us, well, all of a sudden, it's a burden that they just outsource to us. And it gives them really the freedom to focus on the next application, thinking about the future rather than managing the existing operations. So we've seen that with a couple of customers. 5TV is a very good example. They've got lots of projects, lots of new applications, web-based applications and so on. They just focus on the next step. And we run the existing applications. So we make sure we've got visibility of what's next, obviously, and we work together. We're the outsourced operational team for them, and they can focus internally on what's core to their business, what's strategic to their business, the next wave of application.